Well, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has warned NATO that they will soon be attacked by Russia. This is after an airstrike had hit a Ukrainian military base close to the Polish border. Now, the humanitarian crisis continues in the region, with over 5,500 civilians evacuated from frontline cities in Ukraine just yesterday alone, and many have made their way to neighbouring Poland. So eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge is in the Polish city of Medyka and joins us now for that update. Siphamandla, good morning to you from this side of the world. But speaking of evacuation efforts, how are they going from where you stand?
Well, it's early morning and already people are crossing the border, the Medyka border between the Ukraine and Poland, and it's thousands of them that are crossing. It's been days now and people continue to flock to Poland. We're going to take a very short walk with my colleague Joko Mane to show you people arriving. They are queuing, waiting for the buses to pick them up. In terms of the estimates here, local authorities in Poland are estimating that a day here at the Medyka border, more than 30,000 people arrive. They cross over from the Ukraine coming to Poland. They are fleeing as the war rages on there in the Ukraine. And I'm going to tell you that local authorities are really finding it hard to deal with the influx here. There are too many people arriving, mainly women and children, as we know that males over 16 are not allowed to leave the Ukraine. They have to sit behind and fight to defend their country as this war rages on. So the queue that you will see shortly there includes volunteers who are helping those refugees who are arriving here, and they will organize buses for them and they will take them to various train stations. Others will continue with their onward journeys as they will go to various cities across Poland. And the majority of refugees that have arrived here in Poland have decided to go to the Polish capital, which is Warsaw, and there are more than 500,000 refugees that have already crossed over to Poland, and a number of those they have decided to go to Warsaw, and that's where they are trying to find shelter and accommodation. So the queue that you will see now are people waiting for the buses to take them, and then others are really desperate. They have said that the only thing they could get is just few items in terms of clothes. Others decided to bring their dogs here because they are fleeing the war. So the situation is really dire, and it's getting worse day by day as more and more people arrive in various borders here in Poland, and they are just allowed to cross over. Not too much documentation is required because this is a crisis situation. So someone was telling me that even the issues of COVID-19 here, they are not asked for COVID-19 certificates, and they are not asked to quarantine because you can understand that they are fleeing the war. So they just cross over to Poland, and then others will decide to sit and wait. They are hoping that this war will be over soon, and they are hopeful that they will go home. Others are not so hopeful. They are saying, well, they can only establish their lives here in Poland for now up until the situation back home improves.
Yeah, and Siphamandla, I mean, with that being said, and just looking at the picture you painted for us from where you stand, the Polish government, we understand, has been called upon to do more to assist, but they in turn have also asked ordinary men and women to assist when it comes to, you know, things such as food. What can you tell us about what more needs to be done to at least accommodate and cater to the thousands that you have just mentioned who have just crossed over now to Poland?
Well, there are three main things currently that these refugees basically need urgently, and one of those is shelter, which is accommodation. They need food and they need medical supplies. Now, you've got a number of organizations that are here, including UN Migration, that are trying to help out to ensure that at least people are provided with those basic essentials. But most importantly, Polish authorities have called on their citizens to open up their homes to ensure that at at least they accommodate more people, because train stations are getting full. Most people who are arriving here in Poland, they decide to go to open spaces, public spaces such as train stations. Yesterday we spent some time at Warsaw Central train station, and it was packed. Every minute there is a bus arriving with people from the Ukraine. They decide to camp there. So authorities are calling on the local people to open up their homes to accommodate more refugees, but also there are calls for other countries, neighboring countries, to do the same, to accept more people who are fleeing the Ukraine. And interestingly, yesterday I had a conversation with a gentleman who's from Germany. He had come over to Poland to pick up 13 people from the Ukraine, taking them over to Poland. There are other people from Italy who have done the same, and I'm going to ask my colleague Joe Komane to come with me again as we take a walk back, as more and more people are arriving, while this group is waiting for a bus to pick them up, send them to their next destination. More and more people are arriving with their suitcases. Not much that they can take away, really. You are fleeing a war situation, and the only thing you can do is to grab whatever is in front of you, and then you decide to run for your life. So Polish authorities calling on their citizens to do more, to accept more people, but also Polish citizens calling on other countries to do more, to accept more refugees from the Ukraine, because they are saying the country is not coping with the influx of people who are coming over. They are running out of public spaces to accommodate them, and they are calling for more human and financial resources, because you need to give these people food, you need to give these people medication, and besides you need to ensure that there is enough infrastructure so that these people can be accommodated. So really that is the current situation here, and it's still early in the morning. I think here in Poland it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and we expect that during the day more and more people will be arriving, because authorities have told us that there is no stopping. More people are arriving, more buses are here to pick them up, send them to the nearest train stations, and it's been going on for almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah, and just judging from the visuals we're seeing there, the long queues, and what we can know for sure that Poland, Ukraine and Russia have in common is the cold weather, Siphamandla. So hoping that, of course, everyone will be keeping warm while in those queues, but we'll be sure to get those updates and you throughout the day right here on eNCA. That's eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge.